Hey guys, Tropics here and welcome back. In today's video, I will be sharing with you guys 5 things you will need to be starting streaming on Twitch. Now, I put together like 5 things that are basically essential to start streaming on Twitch. These are like bare bones things that everybody should have before they even think about starting to stream on Twitch. So, before I get into the video, I wanted to mention that I'm going to be labeling these from order of importance. So, the first one's going to be the most important, last one is going to be the least important. So, without further ado, let's get started with number 1. So the first thing we're going to talk about is time. So time is pretty cool, but in this case, you're going to need a lot of it. You're going to need a lot of time to start streaming. When I started streaming, it was not very pretty, dude. Like, I streamed every day for like 3-ish hours, right? My first week. And I think in total, I racked up about maybe 100 views, 150 views in total. And, that was just not good, man. It was just not good. So, my second week, though. The second week, I had a total of like 600 views, dude. I grew a bunch. I grew a lot on Twitch my second week. And that was only because I streamed so much. And people kept coming back because I was always streaming, man. My second week, I would stream like 5 hours every day. And I would have a constant like 10 viewers at a time. And it was great, man. It was a great feeling knowing that you're growing and stuff. Just think about it. I didn't stream after that second week because I eventually tired myself out, but if I would have streamed for that third week, man, I would have gotten so much more viewers. But, you know, you're going to need a lot of time. You basically see where I'm going here. You're going to need a lot of time on your hands to start streaming. It's a very time-consuming thing. I know this from experience, and ask other streamers. They'll tell you that it's a very, very time-consuming thing. Now, don't worry. If you don't have a lot of time on your hands, there's something else you can do. You can actually make a schedule, right? So you're still going to need a bit of time on your hands, but not as much as the first option. So here's the second option, right? You can make a schedule, and you can put in like the description of your stream, or you can just, you know, tell people that view your stream, your schedule. So you can be like, yo, man, I'm gonna stream on Wednesday from like 5 to 10 p.m., dude, and it's gonna be sick. And then I'm gonna stream from like, you know, a Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I don't know who would stream at those hours, but, you know, if you stream at those hours, then good for you. But basically, you can just, you know, communicate with your viewers and tell them when you're going to stream, and they might pop in, they may not pop in, but even if you do stream every day constantly, you can still make a schedule. It'll be very organized, and people will know when exactly you're going to stream, and they'll know when exactly they have to tune in. It increases viewer engagement so much. I personally didn't have a schedule, but I know streamers that do have schedules find a lot more success than viewers who don't. Anyways, I'd recommend at least 2 hours of live stream a day, or else you're just not really going to get any viewers, because the longer you stream, the more chance there is of a person finding out about your stream. That's what I usually tell myself. So that's what keeps me going, you know, like, hey, 1 more hour, I might get a massive boost in viewers, you know. I wouldn't really go more than like 8 hours, because then you'll just get tired and you'll get really pissy and people won't want to watch you, man. So yeah, now on to number 2. So for number 2, we got internet. So what about internet? Internet is great. You know, everybody, well, not everybody, but, you know, most of the human population has internet, and the internet is, well, it's not a good place, but it's not a bad place. It's kind of, you know, I have mixed opinions on the internet, but whatever. I use it a lot, so we're going to talk about it. So you're going to need some pretty good internet, right? You're going to need at least, I'd recommend 10 megabits per second upload, right? So the upload speed, with internet, you have a download speed and you have an upload speed. The higher that is, the better your internet is, basically. So I recommend the least is a 10 megabit per second upload speed, right? And that's streaming at 720p 30 fps, man. I'd totally recommend anything above 10 megabits per second. Now, if you want to go below 10 megabits per second, it's possible. You can still stream, but if you have below that, I want you to try streaming and then come back and tell me how that went. Because not only are you using your stream service to stream, because streaming takes up a lot of bandwidth. You're basically uploading a video simultaneously, man, in real time. So you're basically just like, think about uploading a video to YouTube. That's happening every second that you're streaming. You're uploading, you know, you're uploading packets and files to the internet, and that takes up a lot of bandwidth depending on what quality you're doing. Also, if you're playing an online game, that also takes up a bit of bandwidth. So not only are you streaming, but you're also playing video games online, which takes up bandwidth, especially if people are in your house using the internet. Also, man, it can get really busy, and your internet can get bad. Even if you have good internet and there's a lot of people in your house using it, maybe tell them to stop using the internet or something. There's many variables that go into it, but bottom line, I'd recommend nothing lower than 10 megabits per second upload. The download doesn't really matter at all because you're not really downloading anything, but if you have good upload speed, then you have a good download speed. Me personally, I have 1 gigabit per second download and 1 gigabit per second upload because I have AT&T fiber. You're probably gonna have nowhere near these speeds because, you know, I'm awesome and I have the best internet ever. But no, I'm just kidding. But I actually do have the internet and it is great, but I'm guessing you don't. So anyways, back on to number 3. So the third subject we have here is your computer specs, or hardware or equipment, any of those, right? So basically, you're gonna want to have good hardware, and you're gonna want to have some equipment, right? So I'm gonna put like some minimum requirements you should have. Like, you know, when you go on Steam and you look at a game and it shows you the minimum specs you need to, you know, run the game. That's basically what I'm gonna be doing here, except for streaming. So we're gonna start with the processor, and then the RAM, and then the graphics card. So for the processor, I'd recommend an i5, Intel i5 or above. Anything above an Intel i5 would be spectacular, and an i5 will do just fine, especially the 600 series or the 700 series. The 600 series is codenamed, I believe, Skylake, and the 700 series is codenamed Kaby Lake. Both of those are really good. If you can find an i5 in both of those series, then you're golden. Some i5 processors for the Skylake are like 100 to 200 bucks. For Kaby Lake, they're also like 200 to 300. The i7s can get really expensive though. I personally have an i7 6700K. It's part of the Skylake series. It works beautifully, runs everything beautifully, great processor. I think I got it for around 300 bucks or something like that. So yeah, just look around for processors and stuff. I won't be covering AMD in this video because I don't really know anything about AMD, and I don't want to spew out bullshit about AMD in this video. So AMD is generally cheaper. That's what I do know. And if you want to cheap out, go AMD. Great budget stuff there, I believe. So yeah, so that's what I recommend for the processor. Now we have the RAM. So for RAM, there's not really any brands I recommend because there are so many fucking RAM brands. It's actually ridiculous, dude. So we have 8 gigabytes of RAM. That's what I'd recommend. That's the minimum amount of RAM I'd recommend. 8 gigabytes, right? So I personally have 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. There's DDR3, DDR4, and DDR5 is just for video cards right now. It's not out for just regular RAM. So I have DDR4. The chances are you probably have DDR3. Before you buy the RAM, make sure you check your motherboard and see if your motherboard supports DDR4 RAM, because it might only support DDR3. I'm not going to go too in-depth with computer components because that'll be for a future video eventually. But yeah, 8 gigabytes of RAM. Don't go anything below that. It won't work out for you. So for the graphics card, I kind of had trouble figuring out what the minimum you'd have, but I did some research and I came up with the GTX 1050. Don't go below a GTX 1050, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Unless you have a 980 or 980 Ti by NVIDIA. The NVIDIA GTX 1050 is a great starter card. I recommend buying the Ti for an extra like 20-something bucks. The 1050 costs about 100 bucks depending on where you buy it, and the Ti costs like 130, 150, but the Ti is worth it. It has double the power basically, and it's a very good card. You can get a GTX 1060, a 1070, or a 1080, or a 1080 Ti. Honestly, anything above a 1070 is overkill. I have a GTX 1070 and it works fine. I'm running Battlefield. I'm running Battlefront at 60 FPS at Ultra with like a 200% resolution scale. Great card. Don't have any problems with it. I bought it for around 400 bucks. The 1060 costs around like 200 or 300, I believe, and the 1050 is like 100 to 200 depending on if you get the Ti, but I highly recommend you get the Ti. So if your computer exceeds these requirements or meets them, then you're good on streaming. You have enough processing, graphics, and RAM to actually run your games and your stream at the same time, man. Streaming takes up a lot of time, and computer power and internet, man. It's very expensive stuff. Streaming is not very easy, so let's just move on to the fourth one here. So for the fourth subject is going to be streaming softwares. What about them? You need them. You need them for streaming, of course. I mean, why not? You know, you need streaming softwares to stream. Mind-blowing, right? So the ones I'd recommend are OBS and XSplit. Anything else are just basically trash. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend XSplit either. Honestly, I just recommend OBS, but you know, you can do what you want. Both of them work perfectly. I have no complaints about any of them. The only difference is that OBS is free and XSplit costs money. So OBS is a great streaming software. I use OBS. If you gave me XSplit for free, I wouldn't use it. I'd keep using OBS because it is a perfect software and it's fine for me. It works. It streams flawlessly, and OBS also records. You can record gameplay and upload to YouTube with OBS as well. I'm actually recording this Battlefront gameplay in the background with OBS, and it looks beautiful, as you can see. 1080p 60 FPS quality, man. Crispy shit. So, yeah, nothing really too special here. Just make sure you find a good streaming software. And I also have a lot of tutorials up on my channel for streaming softwares. That's what my channel is basically based around, is OBS. So go check those out. Just scroll through my YouTube channel, and you will see a lot of videos recording and streaming OBS. Just watch those if you actually think about getting OBS. I don't really know anything about XSplit, so I don't have any tutorials. Maybe I'll do some XSplit tutorials in the future, but for now, not really looking into it. So let's get into the fifth one. So for the fifth thing here, I'm gonna be straight with you guys. When I was making the idea for this video and I was jotting down ideas and stuff in a list and a little sticky note that I'm reading off here, I really couldn't come up with the fifth one. You know, I didn't want to do 4 reasons because that's just odd, and it doesn't come off the tongue very well. Hey man, 4 reasons, you know. 5 just sounds a lot better, and I eventually came up with something, but this isn't really a must. This isn't like a bare bone basic essential. This is kind of just something to think about before you start streaming. You know, it's you need a reason for people to watch you. When you look at popular streamers, they all have reasons why people watch them. If you look at, for example, Lyric, right, or any other streamer like that. Lyric's a really funny guy. He does funny shit. He has a great personality on screen. I don't know his personality in real life because I don't know him in real life, lol. But on stream, I do know that he's a great guy, and he's really fucking funny, and it makes for some great viewer engagement. If you're a funny guy, you'll have like no problem getting viewers to stay on your stream. The second one we have is like, you know, you can be good at a game as well. So like we have people like basically every League of Legends streamer who is on the top page is really good at the game. So you can be good at a game and then you can stream. That'll give you a lot of viewer engagement, and that'll make your viewers stay because, you know, people want to watch somebody who's good at a game. I like watching speedrunners. You know, speedrunners have to be good at the game for them to get the best time on a game. Other than that, I mean, you can have good luck. Like you can just be streaming and people will scroll down on your stream and they'll be like, okay, I might as well just check out this dude's stream. That goes hand in hand with streaming frequently. You know, you can just stream for like 9 hours a day and you'll get a lot of viewers just clicking on you, looking at the game section. But the last one I have here is good looks. Now, there's a lot of streamers. We've seen just a giant rise on really hot lady streamers who have just big ass boobs and nice asses. And guys and girls, if you like girls, are naturally just going to click on that. They see somebody that's hot, they're going to click on that. Even if you're a guy, if you're a hot guy, you know, females or males will click on that. If you're a good-looking person, people will click on that. Not trying to be like sexist or you know, offensive or anything, but it's a, you know, general fact that if you are good-looking, somebody is going to feel more attracted to you. You know, so that's basically all I have here. Like the first 4 things I jotted down and told you guys about are essential, really, to start streaming, and number 5 is kind of just something to think about. You know. It's not really a thing you need. It's kind of just something to think about. But, yeah, that's basically all I have for this video, guys. Sorry for not uploading for 2 weeks. I haven't really been feeling in the video mood, and I haven't really had any ideas, so I wasn't just going to force out content and make it shitty. So I came up with this video, and I was like, you know what, might as well make a video. And I've also been pretty busy doing stuff with college, because I'm going to start college in August, and I got to get some shit ready, man, and doing a lot of stuff IRL. So yeah, if you did enjoy the video, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy the video, leave a dislike. And I also have a Discord server if you guys want to join that. I usually help out people who need assistance with my tutorials. And if you're just a fan of mine, you like my videos, you can join my Discord server and we can talk, I guess. I won't always be able to do voice comms, but I can definitely talk to you on text. Yeah, it's a great place to meet people and stuff. We have like 500 members already, and there's a lot of people in there to just talk to each other. It's a great community place too. Make sure you read the rules before you post stuff, because I go crazy with the bans sometimes. Sometimes I'll be in a bad mood and I'll just relentlessly ban people. But I'm getting off topic here. Anyways, the link to the server's down below if you want to join. Not basically telling you have to, but it's there. It's a great place. Sometimes, you know, you can find out yourself. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.